Hey guys, we'll be taking a look at this VCR here. I've been really looking for different VCRs to add to my setup over there, although I probably won't put it in that stack there. But yeah, strangely enough, I didn't have a VCR. Now, if you look back and you watch my video that I did on that Panasonic combo player that was a Blu-ray VHS player, I have a Toshiba VCR in that one, and that was an SVHS machine, and it was actually really nice, although it was kind of a weird color and it didn't really go with my setup. But yeah, it was a nice VCR, and unfortunately it's kind of disappeared, and I got rid of it, I believe, at some point, although I don't specifically remember getting rid of it, but I'm pretty sure I did, just because at the time I was thinking, like, I don't watch VHS tapes, I'm not going to need a VCR. And that was before I got into my whole, like, movie thing that I'm in now, where I'm really into getting old movies, and there's so many cool movies that you can get, you know, for like 50 cents at Goodwill on VHS, and just stuff that isn't available on Laserdisc, which is what I mainly collect for, and even like things that aren't, like obscure horror movies and stuff that just aren't on DVD and DVD, Laserdisc, or a Blu-ray. So I really wanted to add a VCR player to my setup. So I've been looking at different things, and this is one I came across. I kind of want one that has like a cool look to it, something with that like 80s, 90s aesthetic. And this one looked different, mainly because it doesn't have that thing that you usually saw, the insert thing immediately on the front of it. It has a little bit of a unique look. It's a Sony. It's a little bit Spartan on the front. There's not a whole lot of things. We have a power button, and this looks like for the RF or the IR for the remote. And right here we have a pause and jog wheel. Always like these jog wheels. Play, stop. But the cool thing is, now this is hi-fi stereo, so that means it does do stereo. It has 4 heads. This is an SLV-700HF, and it's a VHS. Now, it's kind of inconvenient because you can't just put a tape in, but I like how it has this little cover that comes down, and there's where you put in your VHS tape. So still we just have an eject, and then we have not a ton of buttons on here. We have a noise reduction switch on and off, input select, TV/VTR, timer, record button, and then plus and minus channels. And here's all the little displays. Now I assume I don't have the remote for this, unfortunately, but I assume that a lot of the options and stuff are on the remote for this. But it's a little bit different. I like how there's a little door on it, because most of them are just kind of boring. But that one has a little door. Not too much going on in the back either. Just have our channel select for the RF unit. There's RFs in and out. And then we have lines in and out for the video and stereo, because it's a hi-fi system. Now I couldn't find a year production on this, but from looking online, I think it might be 93, but I'm not sure. There's not a lot of information on this specific model. Now, it does have a problem, and I will show you that when I plug it in. Alright, so here's the problem. Now, watch when I hit power. Well, listen when I hit power. Yeah, it's a pretty horrible noise. Now, if you look in there, you probably can't see it because the low light. There is a VHS tape. I don't even know what the tape is, but it's stuck in there. And even hitting eject just makes that terrible, terrible screeching noise. So, I'm hoping it's something minor and the tape is just stuck in there. So, I have no experience working on VCRs. But I'm going to open this up, and we're going to take a look, and maybe it's something really simple, hopefully. Maybe the tape just got stuck in there, and we can take this cover off and pop it out, and maybe it will work. I'm not sure. I don't like how this display is. I can see it. It says auto tracking to. I like how there's a hours, minutes, and seconds counter. I like that a lot better than. It just seems like a lot more useful than that one that's just like a number I like the indexing number. I like how it has hour, minute, and seconds. But I don't like how that display, it's really dim. Like you can barely see it. So maybe there's something wrong with the power supply too. I'm not sure. I've got, these things are dimes a dozen. I mean, I picked this thing up for $3. I have another VCR in the car I haven't even brought in and tested yet that I got for $1. So if I can't fix it, it's no big deal, but I'll give it a shot. We'll take off the cover here and see if I can see anything. Alright, well I got the tape out, which happened to be the Sandlot, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. I couldn't really figure it out. I just kept poking and nothing really worked, and there was a little thing over here and I just pushed down on it with the screwdriver, and then I hit eject and it actually ejected it. So I don't know, the tape looks okay. The spool was a little bit loose, but I tightened that, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to reinsert it and see if anything happens. But yeah, just a quick look. This is a pretty clean board. It's not really dusty inside here. It's not really cluttered like some of those early like 80s VCRs. It's so cluttered with boards and wires. This is actually pretty clean inside here. So okay, let's put this tape in and we'll see if it does anything. So, well, that's spinning, but it doesn't want to take it. So it knows something's going on, but even, wow, it's really screaming. It just, wait, okay, so I gave it a good push. Now let's see if it, no, it's not doing anything. Now at this point it should grab the tape and pull it out and you know, wind it through, but like nothing is happening. So I'm not sure. It's at this point it's kind of beyond my means, because I've never repaired or messed with a VCR before, so I have no idea. So I guess I'll just hit the internet and do some research and see if I can figure it out. And if not, like I said, I only have $3 invested in this. So, I don't know. I would like to get this thing running again, but I just don't know how. So, maybe I'll figure it out, maybe I won't. But I guess for right now, I'm just gonna go to the candidate number 2 for the VCR. Right. Well, I did get, I mean, some progress. I can get it to sort of, you know, insert and eject now, but I can't get it to play. It's just not grabbing the tape and spooling it or whatever and then reading it. But I can sort of get it to eject, but not by hitting the eject button. I guess this machine will eject tapes when you power it down automatically. So if I power it down, it will now eject the tape, but it won't play the tape. So I'll just show you what I mean here. Power is on. I think, there we go. Now the power's on. And that's spinning, and it didn't make that horrible squealing noise, probably because there's no tape in it. But this is different tape too, just to be sure there's not some weird issue with that tape. And it does take a little bit of a push, and it makes that noise, and it just keeps making that noise basically. So I hit eject, nothing. Hit play, nothing happens. But if I power it off, I don't know why it's not playing. I mean, someone that's familiar with these probably like something really obvious. Maybe it's a belt. I don't see. It could be a belt. I don't see anywhere where a belt would go, or I don't see like a melted. Usually there'd be a melted, gross belt somewhere in here, but maybe that's a belt issue. I'll look into it. I'll probably keep this machine around for a little bit, but if I can't find one that I like better that works, but I'm gonna try some other machines that may be working, so I don't really have to mess with them. Even though I do like this this one. It's modern-ish, but it's not. But I don't have a remote for it either, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is our next VCR candidate. This is a Mitsubishi HS-421UR, and I picked this thing up for $1. And I believe this was manufactured in 1986. So this is an 80s machine, and I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience with Mitsubishi electronics. I mean, that Diamondtron monitor over there is a Mitsubishi, and it's really nice. So I mean, I just don't have a lot of personal experience with them, but they're not really the first name that comes to mind when it comes to electronics, but I think they do make pretty quality stuff. I mostly think of cars and fighter planes, but I'm sure they make decent. When I think of Mitsubishi electronics, I think of like oversized things, but because they always seem to make like giant. When they made televisions, like every Mitsubishi TV I've seen is like huge. They were like the 40-inch CRTs. They're just always like over-engineered stuff. This is a pretty hefty VCR. It's pretty heavy, but this is the cool. I like the aesthetics of it, even though it's kind of got the boring, just standard. Put the tape in the front there. It's got a cool look to it. It's got a lot of buttons and stuff. And this is also a hi-fi set. 4 heads. So this would have been really expensive when it came out in '86, but here's a power. We got the eject, a cassette light, record mute. There's start time and record time, minimum max levels for you can actually hook up headphones, which is kind of cool. And over here we have real big buttons for play, stop, rewind, fast forward, pause, forward, advance. MPSS, slow, so I think maybe that's like slow motion, and then channels up and down, so it's pretty good. It's feature filled, and this is another cool thing I like about this. It's got one of those little flip things. We've got manual tracking, picture, soft or sharp, detail for high or normal, and then there's the edit button, audio, left and right, or SAP, I'm not really sure what that is. Input selects is the thing for the hi-fi, left, right, normal. I think that means you can select either all from the left, right, or just both, I'm guessing. Tape speed, we got our slow play, long play, and EP. I think it maybe stands for extended, I'm not sure. Counter, video, TV, clock select, and record levels. And here's the display. I think this has one of those cool meters. I think it's called a VMU meter for the left and right. But I like this thing. It's really kind of cool. And I've got the remote for it. I just like the look and all the little buttons. So let's take a look at the back. Yeah, June '86. So yeah, standard our stereo, out and in, composite video, and RF. We have VHF, and over here is UHF. So I haven't even plugged this thing in yet, so I have no idea if it works at all. So I guess the smart thing would be to open this, because this was really dusty when I got it. I suppose the smart thing would be to open it up and look inside before I bother plugging it in. But let's live a little bit on the wild side here. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys, it also has one of those little hatches at the top with even more things. We've got TV cable select, maybe. And then we have one for fine tuning, auto or manual, channel memory, and still adjustment. I suppose. I guess that's if you have it paused. I'm not 100% sure. There's actually something on the back here. Maybe this. That's just the channel memory procedure. Anyways, it's plugged in, and this display came up, so that's good. So let's power it on. Alright, we got static, so it's outputting some static. Turn the volume down, and yeah, cool. Even the little meters are recording the static, I'm guessing. So, wow, 86 and it's already working better than the other one. At least the display looks lighter. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm just gonna put a tape in and see if anything happens. Probably not the best thing to do. I should probably check it out inside first, but what the hell. Okay. Oh, well, it didn't get stuck. Let me try that again. Here, come on. Nope, now it doesn't want it at all. Huh. Okay. So that's weird. It took it and then it spit it out, and then it won't take any more tapes. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to open it up. Alright, so taking the top off, immediately you can tell this looks a little bit more cluttered and complicated than the last innards of the last VCR. I really like this thing, but it's just not... I bet it's a belt of some sort. It's just... It won't take any... Like, it gets to here and it won't push in. Like, there's something physically blocking it. I don't know. I've never really messed with VCRs before, so I have no idea what's going on. I see a belt here and another one there, and they seem pretty decent shape, but there might be another one down there that I can't see. I'm gonna have to like dig up service manuals or something, but yeah, that cassette light is pretty cool though. It still works. As you see, there's two lights up top, and so I guess that's it to see if there's a cassette in there or something, or it's just, I don't know. I've never seen that feature on a VCR before. So, cassette light, cool. This one's cool enough that I might actually put the effort into trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with it or how to fix it. Because I just love the aesthetic of this one. I was really hoping against all odds it would just work. I know with stuff this old, you know, chances are there's going to be something wrong with it. Hopefully it's just something I'm able to figure out. So at this point, there's not much I can do. I'll just do some research, and I don't know, I might post this video as is, or I might wait and see if I can fix this and then post it. Alright, well, I did fiddle around with the this mechanism right here, and I did get it to, it now seems to reliably take cassettes, but it eats them now. So just to show you guys, in the name of science, I suppose, 101 Dalmatian. I mean, these tapes, I bought this for $1. These tapes are like 49 cents at Goodwill. It can eat them all day. I don't care. I mean, there's a billion of these things. It's not like it's a rare VHS or anything. So just to show you what it's doing now, we'll put this tape in. And it will actually like play and like fast forward real quick, and then it will eat the tape. But so it's in there, and then I'll hit play, and we'll load it, and then it will, then it will stop. And I wonder if it actually ate this one. Yes, it did. You could see, well, you probably can't see because it's dark, but the tape is still, it ejects, but the tape is still on the, I don't know what the part of the reel or something, whatever it's called, the head down there. So if I'm real careful with like tweezers, I can get it out without destroying the tape, but that's what it's doing now. So I guess that's progress of some sort. I really like this thing, and the thing is, there's actually a VCR repair place in town. On Craigslist, they actually advertise as they're like the only place in the Southwest or whatever that still services VCRs. But the fact is, they're probably going to charge a lot for a VCR I bought for $1. Where if I hunt around it, I can find another one. I mean, I can find these all day at Goodwill for $3 or $4. But maybe not this model. I like this model. So I don't know. I'm certainly probably not going to go spend the money to have it like professionally repaired. It's just not worth it. So I guess I'm either just gonna keep looking for one that's just functioning out of the box, or just keep fiddling with this thing, I guess. So we'll see. So that was my sort of first failed attempt at looking at some VCRs and fixing them. Now, admittedly, I didn't do much. I just kind of opened them up and poked around a little bit and see what would happen. Didn't put a ton of effort into it, but I guess the repairs on these are going to take more than just a couple pokes, unfortunately. And with VCRs being so available and cheap, I don't know if I want to put the effort into it, to be honest. It might just be easier to go around town, hit some Goodwills, and find another one that I really like that just works. Although, I really like the Mitsubishi one. Although, I did notice, unfortunately, there's a little crack right here, and that's why this isn't... I think there was probably a latch there and that held it maybe a little better. But it's not a big deal. It's not affecting anything. And looking at it straight on, you can't really tell. But I really like this thing. I don't want to... I think I might put this guy in storage for a little bit until I have time to really look it over. And even if I do find another one, I might just take this thing completely apart and just goof around and try to fix it. Just because I love the aesthetics of this thing and all the little buttons and stuff. I like this one. This one it's kind of cool, but I don't know. It might have to go. I actually had, at least this one I sort of got to kind of play a tape for like 2 seconds until it ate it, but I don't know. I think I'll put these both in the storage unit just for right now. But yeah, there you go. That was my first little failed attempt to add a VCR to my setup. So there'll probably be a follow-up video eventually when I find another VCR that I want to add. So thanks for watching. I know it was a short one, but like I always say, I've got a ton of stuff in the pipes coming your way. So thanks for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. And I'm filming this right before Thanksgiving, so I'll probably put it out before Thanksgiving in the next couple days. So have a good Thanksgiving, guys.